2002 Dingo in here, 4.7. I'm going to do a water pump. Okay, I'm going to start by, there's a couple 10 millimeters in here. I want to get this tank off of here. Yeah, a dingo is a mangy, scruffy, scavenging, nocturnal dog. I think that suits this a lot better than a Durango. Take that hose off. There's some sensors and stuff on here, 3 clips on them. You gotta try to get those off. This one here's got an SG child-proof connector on it. SG meaning super gay. Yeah, I got 2 washer pumps here. I'm just gonna use a piece of hose and pull one out and stick this in here, and that way I won't be getting washer fluid all over the place. Boy, they really stuffed 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound can here. I'm going to take this upper radiator hose off. Well, the belt routing is right here, so you don't need to do any guesswork or write anything down. I got one of these fancy gizmos to get this fan off of here. Use an air hammer on it. You can probably get a wrench from a parts store or something, It's a 36 millimeter. Yeah, if you don't have a 36 millimeter either, sometimes you can cheat and you can use a long chisel and a hammer and just chisel on the edge of this. Some people use an air hammer with a chisel to get these off. It's regular right hand thread. But these are really slick. Don't get jealous. Wait, that's the wrong way. I gotta go this way. They don't need to be real tight. They come off pretty easy most of the time. You always want to leave these upside right. Don't ever leave them lay like this. Once in a while when they get old and crappy enough, fluid runs out of them. The tensioner on this belt's a 15 millimeter. All these bolts are 15 millimeter on this water pump. I'm going to start by removing this pulley. I didn't drain the coolant either, but I got a drain pan on the floor. It's gonna drip all over the place. Before I get that last bolt out, I'm gonna kind of pull on this and let it drool all over the place. I didn't really want that to happen. That got a little bit messy. There's a weep hole on the bottom of it that was leaking. It's all wet. You can see that. It's a weep hole on the top too. And I can look down in the hole and I can see that there's water in there. You can use a gasket scraper or whatever. I like to use razor blades and just go around here and get all this nasty, yucky, crusty stuff off of here. Clean this surface. Okay, I think I got this this gasket surface clean enough. You just want to run your finger around it and make sure it doesn't have any crusty high spots anywhere. Feels good. I want to get a bunch of this coolant out of here so it doesn't drip on my sealing surface. This is a brake bleeder I'm using for this. I don't know, if you can't do that, I guess you're just going to have to get a little creative. dry this out. Still got some down in here. I just get a little solvent or brake cleaner and put it on a rag and wipe the ethylene glycol off of here. A lot of people just slap these things on here without doing anything. Because this rubber, it is a pretty good seal, and it doesn't require sealant. So some people just slap it on. I don't though, because I don't like things coming back on me. I got some ultra gray gasket sealant. I'm just going to put a little bit around it on the outside edge. That should be good enough. Then these long bolts, they run into water jacket. So I got some thread sealant for these. You can probably just use regular plumber's putty. I bet it'll work good enough. This is PTFE. This is the expensive crap you buy at a parts store. So there was sealant on these when I took them off too. You can just barely see that gook on there. That's thread sealant. If you want to torque them to spec and use a torque wrench, you can go right ahead. I don't know what the torque spec is on these. I just get them tight. I got a feel for things because I've been doing this for too long. Go around and double check them all and triple check them all and make sure they're tight. Make sure that turns, and it kind of does. Now with these, you know, if you're not using this tool and you're just using a chisel and a hammer, you just need to hit it just once or twice. Doesn't need to be real tight. That's plenty fine right the way it is. This thing turns in the opposite direction of the threads, so the only way it's going to come undone is if you actually stop the engine and the fan's going the other way really fast, which doesn't really happen. Yeah, this thing's got a ripped radiator cap too, so I'm going to get one of those, and really that's it for this mangy mutt. I'm going to get a radiator cap, put coolant in it, and let her buck.